This is Gemara Baba Basra Daf Pei Dalin, and all the learning this month. The month of Elul has been generously sponsored by a close friend to the Daf as a Schos Aliyas Neshama. For Aster Rizal Basra מאיר, what greater schos can there be than Torah during Elul when Anila Doidi V'Doidi Liya Kadosh Baruch Hu is Basadeh. Psiyata Deshemaya, the schos HaTorah should elevate Aster Rizal Basra מאיר in Gan Eden Shel Maila. We're holding on the bottom of Gimel and Beis. We just finished the Mishnah. Now Rav Chisda picks up, bringing rayos. Well, the Mishnah will be a raya Tizdin. Amar Rav Chisda, if someone sold something 5 for 6 for hukar, and the price went up, now it's worth 8. Minis aneh. This brings us back to the Azav, these are Neshech days. Who is the one that is guilty of Aina? Lekech, the purchaser. The purchaser paid too much. Lekech yachal achzor by v'loy moicher. Why not? Misham damar lei. The reason why the moicher cannot back out is because the buyer can say to him, Elon, Ilu lo yonitu, if you would have not charge me more. Lavi must his hajjus be. You're not been able to back out even when the price went up. Hashta doinita, now that the price went up. Matzis hajjus b'cha, now you won't be able to back out? No, that's not the way it works, and therefore the seller cannot back out. Vitana tuna, says the Gemara, we have a raya. Rav Chisda says we have a raya to this din from the Mishnah. Our Mishnah is Yafazim Zara'is. A clear raya to the din of Rav Chisda. V'yomer Rav Chisda. And Rav Chisda comes along and he says the same. Now it's the flip side. He sells something 6. Something 6. Sells something 6 for a 5. When the price goes down, and now it drops to 3 minutes on the meicher. Why? Because he charged too little. Where the seller can back out. What's the reason? Because the seller can say, there was no overcharging. You would not have been able to back out. So Hashta, out the price fell. Vitana tuna nachamon, says Rav Chisda. We have a clear right. It says again, our Mishnah. What did our Mishnah say? Says the Gemara, my kamashulon. Rav Chisda's dinim are mamish our Mishnah. So what's the chiddush of Rav Chisda? To repeat the din of our Mishnah, Masnisani. Says the Gemara, it is our Mishnah. If it was only our Mishnah, I would have thought maybe Rav Chisda in both cases can back out. Masnisan Therefore, Rav Chisda explicates that's not the case, and rather in each case the Meicher, the Lekech respectively could back out. And that's the Chiddush of a Mishnah, that we don't say that the sale is still pending, and therefore they were able to be more backing out than the regular. And rather, once the sale is final, that is the case. If only Lekech and the Meicher could back out. And we continue. Shecham says in Imsis Levaina. We're halfway down the Amid, and we quote the din in the Mishnah that if someone sold red wheat and it found to be white. Amar Rapapa, says Rapapa, Midiktani Levana Shvamina Hai Shimsha Sumki. Says Rapapa, from the fact that, says Levana, we can learn that Hai Shimsha Sumakti, that the sun is red. Teida, I'll bring you a raya. Samka Safra Upanya. For the sun is red in the morning and evening. What's the reason you don't see it the whole day? The reason being is because we're not able to see the color, but that is indeed the color of the sun. Continues the Gemara Meisvei. So we just finished saying that the sun really has a color. The sun is red. We just can't see it because of our eye issues. Says the Gemara, 12 lines to the bottom. The first line is Meisvei, quoting a pasuk regarding Saras, and the mare, the appearance is deeper than the skin. What does that mean? Similar to the sun, which is amuka minatzel, which is deeper than the shade. So what does the Brisa seem to teach us? That the sun is the color of the tsaras. Vasam lavanu, and tsaras is in red, it's white. So as asks the Gemara, how can we contend that the sun is indeed red? Explains the Gemara, kemare chaim of like kemare chamer. From that pasuk we learn that the tsaras is similar, but not fully similar to the sun. Kemare chamod amuka minatzel. But that which we thought initially, but the sun is red in the morning and night. So what would you bring a raya from a pasuk that it's white? But we see with our eyes that the sun gets red. Says the Gemara, you know what the Havamina was? Bitzafra in the morning, the Chalfa Bevardi, the Gan Eden. In the morning it passes through the roses of Gan Eden, so it's red. Bevani the Chalfa Beschal the Gan passes the opening of Gan Eden, and that's where the reddish color came from. That was the Havamina. Therefore, and the fact that the Pasuk says it was white, we thought it's really white, but we concluded that's not true, and rather the sun is indeed red in the morning, and it is really red. We just can't see it fully due to our eyesight. Continues the Gemara, 2 lines to the bottom. If you have wine and it's found to be vinegar. Said the Mishnah, they both come back. Says the Gemara, it seems that the Mishnah is Rebbe and not the Rabbanon. Tanya. We learned in our Brais as we turn over to Pei Dalet Amid Beis Tanya. Yain v'chaymetz min echadu, says the Brisa, says the Tanakam, the Shita Chachamim. Wine and vinegar is really one min. Rabbi Amar Shnei Minim, it's 2 minim. So our Mishnah, which says that if you substitute wine for vinegar, the opposite is reason to be chayzer. It seems like Rabbi that they're 2 minim. Says the Gemara, no. If you look at Rabbanan, come up with Rabbanan later. Rabbi when the Rabbanan argue on Rabbi whether yayin et chaymetz, wine and vinegar is 2 minim elinian ma'aseru truma. That's regarding ma'aser and truma. Rav Eloi. Menayin the Torah min haralei ofesh truma truma. How do we know that if you separate something bad and good, it's still good truma? Shneimar says in the Torah, you should not have an avera when you separate from the bas mimenu from it. And if it doesn't actually become truma, what's the reason there would be an avera? Mikan, what do we see from over here? The Torah min truma that lemaisa works. That's davka according to Chuma. Buying it, selling the kuliyami kadinichale b'chamra v'lanichale b'chalav kadinichale b'chalav v'nichale b'chamra. But that's only when it comes to changing. When it comes to Chuma, whether it's the same min or not. That's where we have a machlekes Rabbi and the Chachamim, whether it's min achad or shnei minim. But in our Mishnah, in our discussion, whether we're discussing a purchase, of course, there are those who want wine, there are those who want vinegar. And that's the reason why the Mishnah says if you give the wrong thing, you'd be able to back out. Continue with the Mishnah. Someone sells fruit to his friend. Mashach, he did a mashicha v'lamad, didn't measure it. Kana. Such a scenario, there is a kinyan. This should sound familiar. We've had this Gemara before. That if you measure v'lamashach like kana. It might be kech if he's smart. If he's smart, then what should he do? The buyer should rent the location of the item. Till you pick it up. And you pick it up, then right away there's going to be a kinyan. So says the Gemara, let's understand exactly what's going on over here with regard to making a kinyan on the item that you purchase. So measures out the item and he places it on the floor of a simta, which is an area in Rosh Hashanah, which is more closed than to the side. He can make a kinyan in. There's a kinyan. Did you not hear that which Rebbe said that it's only a kinyan if you measure into your own box, to the buyer's containers, but not if you merely put it into the side of Rishus Harabim. So why are we saying there is a kinyan? Amarle responded, Dami Haimir Rabbanan Dol Gamri Inshi Shemaitza. Sounds like you're not so learned. Why? If you measure into your box, into your basket, do you even have to teach such a din? That's bullshit. And therefore, there's no way that's what Rav Yochanan was teaching us. It must be he was teaching us a din that you measure into the Sinta. Says the Gemara, a very nice story. But did Rav Zira accept Rav Ashi's answer? Says Rav Yanai, the name of Rabbi Chatzar HaShotfim, Chatzar that's owned by partners jointly, they can make a kinyan one from the other. My lav al gabe karka. Does it not mean that they can make a kinyan on the karka? And therefore, what do we see? We see that an area which has a dual ownership, you would yes be able to make a kinyan. So suggest the Gemara the same thing should be in a simta. It's an area which has open ownership. You should be able to make a kinyan. Says Gemara lies. That's referring to. It's referring to like kupasai. The proves the Gemara Chanam Service is logical. Dam Rav Yaakov Rav Yechon Madav Inichal Gabi Simta Loi Kana Kashin Adadi. 1 second says you are Kana, one says you're not Kana. Allah Shmamina Kabi Madav Kupasai Madav Taich Al Gabi Karka Shmamina. Therefore we do have a raya, and therefore we see that could be that Rav Zira did not accept what Shabasi said. And you don't actually have a kinyan in an area of a simta. Ask the Gemara, Ravasi Tashma Madav Lo Mashach Lo Kana, my love is simta. So we have a raya that you're not making a kinyan in a simta. Says the Gemara, no raya Allahi. Rishus Rabbi Hachim Aresha Mashach Lo Madav Kana Mishicha Rishus Rabbi Mikanya. Wait, then how do you learn the first part of the Mishnah? It says there is a kinyan. There's no kinyan Rishus Rabbi. Says the Gemara of Abaye V'Rava, the Amri Tavayo Mesira Kon Rishus Rabbi Uvachazu Shinish Al Shneim. But Mishicha, of course, is not Konim Rishus only Besimta Uvachazu Shish Al Shneim. V'Avana Konim V'Chol Makam. Answers the Gemara, my Mashach, what does it mean? He did a Mashiach, Nami, the Katani, Rabim, Simta. Did a Mashiach into the Simta. Says the Gemara, Yachim, a Seifa. But then the Seifa said, that you can rent a place. But wait, how can you rent a place from him in Rabim? Says the Gemara, then if he's smart, he should rent the place. We'll stop over here. We'll pick it up from Rav and Shmuel the next year. B'siyata Dishmai.